man. I hope I followed all of these. I'm sure you did too. The 5 don'ts when buying a home. Joining us right now in Coconut Creek, Florida, Andrew Zuckerman. He's co-founder of HomeHub.com. First up, don't make the wrong offer on the home you want to buy. Yeah, that can be a problem.
You know, in today's market, with things turning to the positive trend, people think that they can come into each home that they see and want to steal it. And sometimes when you make that lowball offer, you know, it turns the seller off, and you may never get another opportunity to come back at that house. And that may be the house that you and your significant other are in love with, and you may never get another crack at it.
We have to also remember,
too,
realistic. This is personal to the seller. I mean, they're attached to memories, and you've just insulted the home that their child grew up in.
That's exactly right. You have to remember that, and you've got to always keep that in the back of your mind. We hear that a lot, where the seller, you know, hey, I've been here for 20 years, and my kids grew up here. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
so you don't want to insult them. You've got to think it through.
And also, don't lose your deposit when making an offer on your home.
Another super important one: contingencies. You know, you're going to need maybe a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Very important to get a mortgage contingency. Home inspection, huge. You never know what you're getting unless you can get a professional in there to inspect the property,
right.
So you do know what you are getting. Today, an appraisal, buzzword appraisal.
Yes.
You know, if you need to get an appraisal to know what the house is really worth and if you're at the right number. Maybe the sale of your home. Maybe you need a contingency for that sale to close in order for you to have the cash to buy the new home. So contingencies.
Okay, so far I haven't screwed up because I did all of this right. All right, don't waste too much time searching on your own. Find the right professionals to help you. I got to tell you something. I happen to have friends who are realtors, and that made all the difference in the world. Whether they're your friends or not, they know where to go.
That's exactly right. You know, typically your real estate agent has a geographic area that they're very versed in, and the beautiful thing about it, as a buyer, you almost never pay for their services. And they're professionals. They know all the tricks, turns, everything. They know where the local grocery store is. They know the ratings of the school, the places of worship. They know, doing their comparative market analysis or the CMA, they know what other properties are selling for in the area. They know what's just sold. They know what's in the home. They know what to look for. Very, very, very important. Why do it on your own when they're ready, willing, and help you every step of the way?
You don't do your own brain surgery. You go to a professional, your own dentistry. You know, hopefully you don't.
Exactly right.
We're
also,
talking with
in conjunction with that.
Yeah.
Today, make sure you're pre-approved for a mortgage.
And finally, boy, is this important. I will say this can slap you hard. Don't underestimate the hidden costs of ownership. There's money. There's more money than you thought about.
Oh, absolutely. You know, when you finally find that house and you agree on the price, and that's just the beginning. You know, you've got moving expenses, furnishing expenses. You have closing costs associated with the purchase of the house. If you're getting a mortgage, you always have mortgage closing costs. You have window treatments, utility deposits. You need to factor all that in so you don't let that cash well run dry.
And one of the things, too, and this really is covered in what you're talking about, but to reiterate, you know, renting is different than buying. And there are things like if there's a hole in the roof or if there's a leak of some sort, there's nobody you're calling. You're paying for this.
You're your own super. You've got to do it all. You got to make sure you have that rainy day budget stashed away. So when those things do arise, you got to take care of it.
And then make sure that you know where the church is in your neighborhood so you can do a lot of praying that no pipe will burst. Been doing a lot of that lately. Andrew Zuckerman, co-founder of HomeHub.com, talking to us tonight from Coconut Creek, Florida. Thanks for being with us.
Sure, Michael. Thank you for having us.